Good evening, folks. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Cracking open a Coke Vanilla Zero. Tasty stuff. Wow. It's been a hell of a day. I'm a little fried. Flying solo tonight. Chris Phoenix cannot join me, unfortunately. He's off traveling, doing some light work for his company, and then he's doing some vacationing the week this coming week when Ultima Lucha Tres Part Quattro is on. So, but we'll see. I might be able to get a friend on here for that one. But for now, for tonight, we're flying solo. We're tired. We're burnt out. It's been a long day, so bear with me. We're just gonna do this. Lucha Underground, Ultima Lucha Tres Part 3. Wow, what a fun episode! It really was. We got 3 matches, and then an absolute doozy of a cliffhanger at the end of the episode. And that's one very interesting thing, is throughout Ultima Lucha Tres, we have not seen a lot of backstage vignettes, you know? It's been all match-based. And I'm like, okay, at some point, they got to start zeroing in on some of these, you know, these outlining, you know, storylines. And while now it looks like we're going to get to the bottom of, well, you never know, it might be hit with another cliffhanger. I hope not, because this season's, you know, been so long, and especially with the break, it really feels like they should put the I hate to put it this way, put the nail in the coffin of this season, you know, because last season we had the cliffhanger of, oh, Dario's going away, but is he really going away? You know, and now it feels like we're finally peaking on all these storylines. So we're getting a 2-hour Ultima Lucha Tres Part Quattro, 4th part of Ultima Lucha Tres. 2 hours, and it's also getting shown in LA in 4, what is it called, 4X or 4DX, whatever the heck it's called, and it's the first TV series that they've ever done this with. That's crazy. I mean, that's awesome. So you got to think that there's going to be some like really cool, like, cinematic stuff that's coming along with part 4 that they're actually doing this for. You also got to think, if they're doing something like this for this series, something special like that, you got to think that there's got to be a season 4 coming. That, and along with all the, and I'll get to the episode in a second. I'm just getting a couple odds and ends off the top of my head. One thing that was also floating around social media over the course of this past few days was this past week, I'd say, a lot of guys from AAA and the brand Lucha Underground flew to Tokyo, Japan for the AAA what's called World Cup or Lucha Cup, whatever it's called. And they actually had, now I didn't see any of the matches. I was trying like hell to see where this could be televised. I hope to God this ends up coming out on like AAA's YouTube channel or something. I would love to see this stuff, because Mil Muertes was there, Vampiro, Marty the Moth, Son of Havoc, not Matt Cross, Son of Havoc. Who's Matt Cross? And Helico, I'm missing a few. Not Phantasma. King Cuerno was out there. Okay. So all these AAA and Lucha Underground, was Drago out there too? I'm missing some. I know I am. But nonetheless, they had all these Lucha Underground guys out there. And I'm like, okay, that's a first. Now they've done a couple like single dates here and there down, oh man, what, down in Texas? Was it the South by Southwest convention? They had a couple actual Lucha Underground shows promoting the show. And those were like, what, 1 or 2, 3 at the most, I think. But then there was nothing since. And it was all just little things that they were trying to get going to help the brand along, and then it went to Netflix. And now, all of a sudden, they sent a bunch of Lucha Underground guys over to Japan. And I'm like, if they're doing that, that's got to be a positive thing for season 4. Let me know your thoughts on if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look up Lucha Underground Japan Lucha World Cup. It was called something like that. Lucha Underground was tweeting about it. AAA was tweeting about it. A lot of the individual pro wrestlers were tweeting about it, like Angelico and stuff in the press conference. So there's a lot of little things out there. I didn't hear any results. I didn't hear who won. I didn't see any of the matches, but I'm dying to find out because you know me. I love this show. So I'm really curious to see who all participated, what the matches were. A majority of it was tag team related, but some of it was singles matches. So yeah, if anybody watching this knows anything about it, put it in the comments below by all means. All right, got all those odds and ends out of the way. Let's get into the episode. Like I said, very fun episode. 3 matches and then a hell of a cliffhanger. The first one, last luchador standing. Wow. Some of the craziest slaps and chops I have ever seen women. You see women fight, and that's one thing that I know I said somewhere in the last couple reviews of Lucha Underground. I think I said something to the effect of, okay, well, the match between Ivelisse and Katrina was more of a fight. We'll probably get more of a wrestling match out of Sexy Star and Taya. Well, I was wrong. And I don't mean that in a bad way. As I'm watching this was a fight. I mean, a lot of these matches were fights, just clobbering the crap out of each other. Maybe not a lot of sound, technical wrestling. The trios match certainly was more wrestling related because it was a tag match. 2-on-1 moves, a lot of diving out of the ring and stuff. So that was probably, I'd say, my favorite match of the evening. But back to the last Luchadora match. Sexy Star versus Taya. I believe this is the only one, as far as prediction-wise, that I've gotten wrong so far. And I don't remember what I predicted for the matches for next week. But nonetheless, man, the violence of this show it never, for me personally, it never gets boring. Okay. And it's still, because we're so many wrestling fans are so tuned into, the PG era, And I'm not knocking WWE, but we're so used to watching that. So then you get something like Lucha Underground coming along. You got rusty ladders and destroying tables just exploding all over the place. Chair shots. Chairs just falling apart because they're just getting demolished. Panes of glass. Blood everywhere. Holy crap. Taya certainly wore the crimson mask quite well. Unfortunately, she did not win. I was really rooting for Taya in this one, but nonetheless, the match was a lot of fun. The double that double table shot at the end of the match I was a little surprised that was the end of the match. It felt like it was over like that, you know. It felt like it. I wanted more, you know. And that, I'm not trying to knock the match. I'm just saying I wanted more, you know. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but more blood, maybe more in-ring work is what I was really looking for from the girls. But the girls beat the crap out of each other. Was not disappointed in that. Because these two, I mean, Taya comes to the ring with a baseball bat and knucks hanging from around her neck. Oh, man. That was like, oh, you better hold on. And then Sexy Star pulls out a pair of her own. And so, yeah, just it was a lot of fun watching these two girls just, you know, this has been built up for a while, and it was just the slaps, the chops, the kicks, oh man, just it was fun watching these two finally getting their hands on each other. And yeah, like I said, I really wanted Taya to win this one, but in my heart, because it was between season 2 and 3 that I became such a huge fan of Taya, and now she's on Impact. It just, you know, she just blows me away as a women's wrestler, you know, just, you know, I would say she's definitely still in my top 3, and will be for a long time, you know, as long as she keeps getting featured on TV and keeps, you know, kicking butt in the Impact Zone, and hopefully a season 4 for Lucha Underground down the road. We'll see what happens. But so yeah, that put this feud for Sexy Star versus the Worldwide Underground and Taya to rest with this one. Still, nonetheless, you know, even though Sexy won, it made sense that Sexy won. I get it, because she's been fighting this all season long. Ever since she lost her championship was because of Taya, you know. So yeah, but nonetheless, it's watching this build all season has been a lot of fun, you know. All right, let's get into the next one. Lucha Underground Trios Champions. Nice to see this. This is one that was not featured a lot this season, you know. I would have liked to seen this featured a little more, but we did get some interesting storylines with Drago leaving his brothers, Aerostar, and who was the third guy? Was it Phoenix? I feel like I'm screwing that up. Is that right? I think that's right. Yeah, I think that's right. And then, you know, going to the Reptile Tribe. I kept calling it the Lizard Tribe. And it's like, no, it's the Reptile Tribe. Close. They're all cold-blooded, I think, so whatever. No, they're mammals. Shut up. I don't know. And then they have the the swerve, literally, of the Mac getting 2 tag team partners because he won the unique opportunity battle royal. And Dario picks Killshot and Dante Fox. Man, just it's like, hey, I'm putting this opportunity for you on a silver platter, but there's a twist, and it's a twist of lime that gets drenched in that cut that I just opened for you. It's Dario at its finest, and Mac is like, oh, I'm so close to getting another chance at a championship, and it's going to be absolutely impossible. But no, obviously it wasn't, because the Mac, Killshot, and Dante Fox came out on top. This was probably, like I said, my favorite of the 3 matches of the episode, even though I was really looking forward to that ladder match. The ladder match was fun, but it's so close between the two. But it was really nice to see Mac. Mac's another one, same as Son of Havoc, who's battled throughout the last 3 seasons to try to make a name for himself and get that piece of the gold. Son of Havoc had it before and was just, inching closer to getting the Lucha Underground gold. Had the Trios gold, what, twice? Had the Trios gold twice. So, but then, Mac fighting so hard to do that. And Killshot and Dante Fox were just involved in other stuff, finally getting their hands on each other, had the all-out war. And in this match, still bleeding from the week before, from 2 weeks before, because they zoomed in on some of those back wounds, and especially at the end of the match, Dante Fox was all just back was completely bloodied up again, and showed that match between Fox and Killshot. Oh, I'm cringing just thinking about it. Just the puddles of blood left around the ring and on the equipment that they used, whether it was the chairs or the stretcher and the little chunks of flesh. And then they showed their backs during this match. They zoomed in and you could see where the chunks were missing still on the back. And yeah, they taped them all together, probably these 4 episodes in one day, but still, God. Oh man, not for little kids, folks, not for little kids. Oh boy. But yeah, nice to see the Mac, Killshot, and Dante Fox work together. Because when they were walking to the ring, Matt was like, walked down steps like, all right, guys, come on, let's do this. And Killshot and Dante Fox are just looking at each other like, no, you first. No, you first. No, you first. Oh, man. And I just want to also give props to the Reptile Tribe. It was great seeing... oh God, what do they call him? Vibra, Luchasaurus. Man, what a big guy. Didn't do too many moves in this, but he's one of those bigger guys that doesn't have a huge move set. He did the choke slam, did some other big moves. Still, all of them working together. Pindar, well, say Drago looked incredible too in this match. Pindar, I think, impressed me the most in all the times I've seen him um, wrestle throughout. Was it just this season? I think it was just season 3 that he's been around. Drago's been around since the beginning. There was such a big break, you forget what was in season 2 and 3 and whatever. And I was a little surprised Cobra Moon didn't get more involved. She was certainly, barking out orders, and giving direction to the guys. But she didn't jump in there. She let the guys do their thing. So that was, excuse me, a little surprising, but nonetheless, tremendous match. Mac and Dante Fox and Killshot coming out on top. New Lucha Underground Trios champions. Cheers to all 3 guys. Had an absolutely insane season. Really enjoyed the story being told, especially between Fox and Killshot. They did a great job of that, showing how they came from, the war, came to LA, and how one felt betrayed, and, really a fun storyline watching these two. And they're both so darn good in the ring too. All right, last match, Gift of the Gods championship ladder match. I got Dario in the back of my head screaming ladder match. It's one of a kind. Son of Havoc versus Pentagon Dark. Wow. Crowd went absolutely nuts for I think, Son of Havoc and Pentagon Dark both becoming fan favorites. It was really hard for me personally to root for, any particular one. Just from watching both guys evolve so much, and their storylines and their rivalries and story arcs and everything throughout the last 3 seasons, to both getting that close to the biggest piece of the pie at the end of season 3. Wow. And watching these two duke it out, and the ladders, and the package pile driver through all those chairs that Pentagon did to Son of Havoc. I seriously thought that was going to be it right there. And then, of course, in my senility, forgot, oh, that's right, they got to climb a ladder too now, don't they? Oh, my goodness. Yeah, so much violence, you forget exactly what the main goal is sometimes. It's Son of Havoc. Wow, went through so many tables and all the spots these guys did. A lot of fun, but I think the trios match was still my favorite. So yeah, Pentagon Dark squeaked it out in the end. Had Son of Havoc's number. It's man, yeah, it might be. See, and that just makes next week even more interesting, because you think, well, this is Lucha Underground. Of course, he can cash it in. Excuse me. But he needs a week to do it. But you never know what if he decides to get involved in Puma and Mundo's match next week, or maybe he'll decide to come out when the winner is chosen out of those two. Who knows? But the typical thing tied to this championship is you need a week's notice so that Dario can properly promote it. Or maybe that's something they'll put out on the social media between now and next week. Who knows? You never know with this brand, just because they show promos being cut. They play stuff all the time between the weeks. They did leading up to all this stuff. They had Taya cutting promos. They had, I shouldn't say promos, the little one video, which was badass, by the way. Pentagon Dark gave one. They had one before the first week that, oh, man, who did that? I think Killshot did one. That was cool. So, yeah, all these other little promos that they put out on social media and the YouTube channel leading up to the next week, which is smart, That's a good way to do it. So who knows what they're going to do? Maybe he won't get involved and they'll save it for a season 4. Or maybe he'll come in next week and destroy them both. Who knows? I don't want to overthink it too much, but the possibilities are certainly there for Pentagon Dark to raise hell and make history in Lucha Underground next week. But before we wrap this up, let's talk about that last little vignette at the end of the episode in Vampiro's dojo. Making sure he's got it nailed into Prince Puma's head what the goal is for next week, and he's going to take that championship from Johnny Mundo. I've been trying so hard to call Johnny Impact from on Impact, and it's like no, he's still Mundo on the show here. Doggone it, Johnny he's got like 9 lives and 9 different characters and 9 different shows. No, not really. Vampiro's all decked out in his gothic Vampiro makeup that we've seen periodically throughout the last 2 seasons. Although, no, well, we saw it in the first season, but it's been more, what's the word I'm looking for? Zombie-ish, ghoulish, whatever. Certainly more evil. With the the black dripping and the caked on and looking like the pieces of flesh are hanging off his. Oh man, good old Hollywood for you, right? All decked out and ready to raise some hell, literally. And then so he's like, well, then go, my son, and go do what you were meant to do, which is obviously he's going to go out there, and which will lead into next week him fighting Johnny Mundo for the championship as to not end his career, because that's on the line as well. Career versus title. And then as Puma goes off, and I had to replay this a few times because it was so subtle and kind of like under the music. If you blinked with your ears, dear God, if you blinked, you missed it. You really had to listen. A voice from out of nowhere, and no, just shut up. It was not Sister Abigail. Okay? It was not Sister Abigail talking to Vampiro. Shut up. A Lucha Underground copy WWE. No, shut the hell up. This was made 1.5 years ago. I was thinking about that earlier today. I had to crack that joke. Sorry. So I played it back all these times, and I'm like, wow, that kind of sounds like Sister Abigail from SmackDown. Or Raw. Or, no, wait, which? It's Raw. Excuse me. The voiceover, the voice comes in talking to Vampiro, the lights go out, and Vampiro's on his knees, and the voice says, "You have done well." Vampiro looks up and says, "Thank you, Master." And like I said, the candles get blown out. There's just like the moonlight on him, and he's all creepy and blue. Same picture I'm using in the thumbnail of this video. So that leaves a gigantic cliffhanger in this storyline. It's not just, oh, Vampiro's been guiding Prince Puma all this season, mentoring him, turning him to the dark side. He resurrected him from death. You know, this whole thing. Now there's a twist. Vampiro has a master. What? Who? Talk on it, Lucha Underground. Who in the blue hell is Vampiro's master? We're going to find out next week. And I can't wait. We're getting 2 hours. Dos. I don't know what the Spanish word for hours is. Anyways. I'm not going to butcher it either. I don't want to. Not going to insult the language or the culture. But man, I cannot wait. We are getting the cage match between Matanza versus Dragon Azteca Jr. And this is a guess. We might get a final appearance from Rey Mysterio. Might. Okay? I'm not going to get myself all bent out of shape excited for it, but we saw what happened to Rey Mysterio. You know, Matanza carried him off down the hallway. He's going to stuff him and make him his new, you know, bedtime toy. Oh, that just sounded wrong. Sorry. We got the Gauntlet of the Gods match. Cage versus Jeremiah Crane versus Mil Muertes. I'm guessing there has to be some kind of backstage segment tied to this one too. Thinking about the gauntlet and the power, everything leading to someone trying to get it to Vasquez in the same rate. Also, because Dario, Agent, what the hell's his name? Winner? Is that it? He was the guy in the limo, and then there's the secret guy in the limo, the one that we don't know yet. Maybe he's also Vampiro's master. Maybe he's like master of like a whole bunch of people that we don't know about. I don't know. Career versus title. We talked about that. Puma versus Johnny Mundo. Puma's career on the line against Mundo's defending his Lucha Underground championship. Going to be very interesting to see if there's any shenanigans tied to that one. I'm guessing not a lot. I could be wrong because there's been so much all season. It would be nice. I mean, either way, I'm good with it. I'm going to love it. But it would be nice to see Puma versus Mundo. Nothing else, you know, other than something going on. Say if Pentagon Dark cashes in his belt, his opportunity for the championship. So we'll see. You know, I don't want to overthink this, but, you know, next week, folks, is going to be absolutely insane. I'm probably going to be crying like a 2-year-old at the end of the episode, just like, oh my God, what just happened? You know, it's the kid in me. You know, I love this show. It's sparked such a new love for professional wrestling. It's made me love so many new different characters in the professional wrestling world. Everything from learning about who Puma / Ricochet is, Marty the Moth, all the women wrestlers, so many, Pentagon, and man, I know next week's the end of season 3, folks, and I'm probably gonna be a big old hot mess. This is the end of season 3. I'm gonna drown my emotions in Coke Zero vanilla. Yeah, harsh stuff, folks. So yeah, I can't wait till next week. It's gonna be absolutely insane. I know it is. I mean, if you just think about how crazy the last 3 episodes have been, dear God. Oh, some of the craziest stuff I've seen in a long time. But that's awesome though. It makes everyone else who has eyes on this want to step their game up. I'd want to. If I was Vinnie Mac and I caught wind of this and I'm watching this, I'd be like, oh man, we need to work on our stuff. No? Not that everybody has to go bleeding in the next week, but you'd think it would certainly inspire some changes. Not that I want everything to be like Lucha Underground. Don't take it as that. I'm just saying. I've heard nothing but positive, with the exception of 1 or 2 odd ones here and there. Comments about Lucha Underground and production, match quality, episode booking is a big part of it. It's turned a lot of heads in a positive direction toward the show as wrestling fans. So that's it. I could ramble on all night about this emotional roller coaster of Lucha Underground and the end of season 3. Join me next week. I don't know who I'm going to have on. Chris won't join me. Like I said, he's going to be on vacation. So safe travels, brother. I hope everything work and vacation related for you goes well. I'll catch you on the flip side. And we'll see. I might be able to wrangle someone in here for the final review. And hell, I might even do a end of season 3 wrap up. Who knows? We'll see. But that's it for this one. We'll try not make it quite as late. Excuse me. Next week, but we'll see what happens. It was just a long day, and this is the earliest I can get it done. So, thank you for joining me. And we'll see you down the road real soon. What time is it? Now that I'm looking at my clock, it's about 11:30. Might watch Impact. I don't know if we're going to squeak out a review tonight. I'm not going to have much time tomorrow. I might have to do a late one tonight. We'll see. We'll see what I feel like. If I can stay awake through it. No offense to the show. I'm just saying it's been a long freaking day. So thank you for watching, and hit that bell, ring that cowbell for notifications whenever new J-Bone Smash This product comes out. Give it a like, give the channel a sub, share it with your friends, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.